going live.
Right. Are we?
Yeah, eventually, I guess.
Right.
If my computer wants to. Oh, look, it went live.
It went live. Oh
It
my
went
goodness.
live.
Oh my
Miracle.
goodness. Ha.
Good morning, everyone. It is September 29th,
No,
2023,
disgusting.
and it's
Absolutely
Friday.
disgusting.
It's fucking Friday.
You know, the swift passage of time has completely thrown me off.
Yeah, it really has. Like, I swear to God, everything for the past 2 weeks has just been a fucking blur for me.
It really has been. It really has
Thank
been.
you, sir. Thank you.
You know.
Now get out and shut the door and be quiet. I love you. All right. Now I have coffee too.
There we go. We're all, so at least we're sort of kind of back to normal-ish.
This is the first day I have felt human. Like,
well, yeah.
Mostly human in, I don't know, 14 days.
Yeah. No, I've been like, it's been gross for me this week too. And it's like, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to make it through without coughing. Because it's like, had the entire week, but no, only at the very end when I'm getting better. It's like, oh, let's bring in the cough now. And it's like, really? The heck?
Oh my gosh. You ready for this garbage?
Absolutely not. But hit it.
All right.
Oh, hold on. Let me do it on my end since since you're obviously your laptop is being insolent. Oh my goodness. So is there well, you're muted. So is there a delay on your laptop?
Hold on, let me see. Can I throw the card? It's like, it's a couple seconds.
Right. Whatever. Okay. So that's
okay. I think I can pull the cards. If it looks too slow for you, just tell me you're taking over so we don't trip each other up.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And this will obviously not be working for me. So
right. Well, yeah. At least look, you have to try it to make sure that the setup is working.
So I'm gonna have to get on the other computer.
Yeah.
And bring it back here.
Yeah. You know. So Good morning, everybody. Is Brian K. Morris?
I don't know who's live or whatever, but I'm sure somebody cooler than us is live.
Yeah,
Frank, are you look at Frank acting like the motherfucking YouTube police?
Well, you know,
11:01 a.m. You're a minute late, bitches. Oh, he didn't say that. I'm sorry, Frank. It says, oh my God, when did it start from the time the comment made? He just said hello. I'm like, why is he telling us 11:01? Are you the police?
Is that No, I think that's new. I think that's new
because I've never seen the time on there before.
Yeah,
shit,
now
man.
Now
you go away for a week and everything changes.
Right now, it's like
I'm like
now that comments have a timestamp on them on our end. We didn't have that before. So,
but I like that because
you
know, when we have the troubled comments, it's easier to go into the YouTube channel. I don't have to go look for it. I just know where it is.
That's true. Yeah. So even our eyeball people are slow to wake up today. But hey, you know. Oh, you know, it's like yes, you know. So yes, Efrain. Yes, it's like she knows you didn't say that. It's like.
You know, even if he did, it was just funny. I'm like,
yeah, that's true. Police? Well, he is here to remind me to do the intro. So, so yes. So I do see you. You know, my precious eyeball people getting the eye snot out of your one giant eyeball on my screen. So yeah, it's like, look, if you joined us on Monday, even with us being a little messy right now, you know this is a vast improvement.
Oh yes.
like I said, it's like I have this little cough that's trying to come out now. So yeah, hey Grant, hey, hello.
Good morning, good morning.
So please excuse any raspiness at this point. You know,
look, I'm just grateful to be alive. I think this is the first time I've streamed in forever where I was like happy. I'm like,
right,
yay!
yeah, no, you look, yeah, because that's what getting that janky tooth out does. I swear it was probably like a plug, you know. It's like, but yes, but before Efrain actually rings the bell, hello everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
Emotional damage.
Oh my God, especially this week. Jesus Christ. That's the story of all our lives this week.
You totally have to pull the cards. I am lagging.
All right, no problem. So let me just find them right here. Yes. And yes, so yes, like I said, I've been self-publishing since 1992, and Scammer is trying to call me right now, but they can wait.
Shit, you need that extended warranty, Daphne.
Yeah,
I know, you don't have.
Jesus Christ, I know. And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which returns to Kickstarter in 2024 with the re-release of issues 1 through 5 of the next story arc, Tears of the Mother, along with the brand new issue 6, which I just have to letter. It's pretty much done, but I just have to letter it. And I am also known for my mature audiences medieval fantasy drama, EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is currently on Kickstarter now with the infamous medieval unicorn Viking slut. Right now on Kickstarter, links are in the show notes below. But we'll talk a lot more about that.
We're gonna have to, because you were killing it.
Oh boy. You can read both my comics online at Tall Tales. That's TAILS online.com and egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And you can check out all of my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel, Daphne Lage, LAGE Art, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network. And who's actually here to tell us all about it is Nita Lanning.
Okay, so Indie Comics Network is a channel on YouTube where we talk about indie comics and stuff. And that and stuff is expanding daily. And you can find us at indiecomicsnetwork.com.
.com. Got.
Yes. Yes. So, oh my goodness. So yeah, so much going on this week. For those of you just joining us, like I said, if you saw my Monday show where I launched Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut, it was pretty much me in my sickly his sickly plaguey self on Sunday, Monday.
So bad.
Trying to
I'm like,
trying to run that
hour of need.
Yeah, you know, but it's like, look, we made it through. We launched the campaign. We had a great conversation with Krista Crawford, who joined us in the first 20 minutes. And it's just, and it's just been kind of like this. Like I said, it's like the second Nita left, it's like I came down with a cold and I'm just getting over it. So this is probably like yesterday and today is probably like the first like almost like I'm at kind of like at 90% now. I'm still feeling a little congested. Like I said, I got this little cough that keeps coming up. So
just enough to annoy you.
Just enough to annoy me, but at least it's not the fatigue. Holy crap. I did not get tested for COVID, but I didn't go anywhere for this past 5 days. So it's not like, I had to worry about going outside and spreading plague to the masses. So I just stayed home. I was like, holy crap, just sleeping most of the time. It was awful. I really don't, but I tried to push through with trying to get work done, which I did, not as much as I wanted to. But at least I got work done. That's the important thing. Oh no, that sucks. Sorry about that, Grant. Yeah. And oh yes, thank you. Yes, more Tall Tales coming soon. Yes. Nita was struggling this week as well. with this little millimeter of a tooth that was stuck in her face.
A tiny
just,
piece of bone fragment.
You know, that was just like not letting go.
Nope.
And
tried to kill me.
Yeah, several times.
Literally tried to kill me. A fucking little tooth.
Yeah, you know, but yeah, but you got that removed, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you got and yeah, and Nita is finally on the mend.
Right.
And yeah, and we learned the hard way that antibiotics affects gut bacteria, which affects mental health. And it's like, oh no,
it's a rare but not super rare side effect that's never talked about. So in the event that you were ever put on antibiotics for health people, and all of a sudden you start having suicidal ideations but have no reason to be suicidal,
right,
and think that you're the worst person on earth, and have random thoughts like stepping in front of trains, or how you're the worst mother ever, or how if everything that you ever thought about doing doesn't get done in the next 10 minutes, you're going to die. Yeah, maybe call your doctor, because that is not a good feeling.
Right. That is, like she said,
it escalated to crippling anxiety.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Right. Like, it was like, there has to be a cause. I'm an anxious person anyway, but I'm talking amplified to like nothing I've ever experienced before.
Right.
And also depression, anxiety, and there are some case studies where they're even looking into psychosis.
Right. Yeah. You know, so it's like, yeah. So I just found it funny, not haha, but you know how we always say, you know, follow your gut, listen to your gut, right?
Right.
And it's like, and you know, it's like, you know, and it seems like it's not like just a phrase, like there might be some actual physical reality to that your gut flora really affects.
Right. And even after telling the doctor, I'm like, look, this is going on. I'm telling him, like, I'm not suicidal, but I'm having suicidal thoughts, if that makes any sense.
Right.
And he's like, okay, but as long as you're in this state, you have to finish this medicine. And it was like, dude.
Okay.
But see, once I knew the source, I was able to talk myself down some.
Yeah.
It was still really intense and really bad for the 3 remaining days.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as I wasn't paranoid, because I was like, oh my God, this infection's in my brain, because why am I crazy?
Like, right. Yeah, that was,
why am I abnormally crazy? What is wrong with my brain?
But it just turned, but once you know what it is, and that's your brain being stupid,
right?
Actually, it's your stomach making your
right. My stomach made my brain stupid.
You know, so at least, you know, it's a lot easier to talk yourself down, because I told Nita that also, it's like I suffer from kind of like this, like kind of like a chain reaction anxiety, where it's like, yes, that's exactly what happened.
It was weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah. The medicine, the infection wanted to kill her. The medicine wanted to kill her. Her gut flora wanted to kill her. You know, I mean, it was fun times all around. Where it's like, because it is especially exacerbated during quarantine, where it's like just going outside was like almost crippling anxiety. Like I couldn't go outside without like having a thought like, oh my God, what if the house is on fire? You know, it's like, what if this, what if that? And it got to a point where I literally had to, like, you know, talk myself out of everything.
The squirrel from Dress to Kill. Did I leave the stove on?
Yeah, exactly.
Of course not. I'm a fucking squirrel.
Right, exactly. And it's like, no, it's like I did not leave. It's like I don't cook. There is no stove to leave on. You know, like, you know, because especially when you realize that once you kind of move off the one thing, like how your brain tries to move in another, like, well, okay, so it's like you say, okay, the stove, it's like, I'm a fucking squirrel, I have no stove, you know, I don't cook. right, it's like, well, what if someone's
trying to break in
your house?
Or somebody's trying to break in
your house. What if it's this? What if it's that? It's like, okay, you know what, now you're being ridiculous. And it's like,
did I put the lid back on the hamster cage?
Right, exactly. Did I lock Einstein's cage? You know, it's like, and I haven't opened it, you know, it's like, you know, so yeah, it's like, so sometimes I literally have to talk to myself out loud going, stop that shit. You know, I literally have to tell myself out loud, stop that shit, to actually get it to stop. because, or else it just keeps kind of like pushing, well, what about this and what about that? It's like, you know what, it's all fake. It's all fake. So pretty much she had to do the same thing, you know, right? It's like,
oh yeah,
so
I was constantly having to talk myself down. It's like, wow. And it only escalated. Like, it got progressively worse. Like, there were symptoms while I was still in New York, but I wasn't really, I was like, I had a couple random thoughts.
Right.
And it was like, okay, that's weird. Shake that shit off. What the fuck's wrong with me? Like, you know, but by the time I got home, it was like I was shaking, paranoid. Like, it was scary as fuck.
I mean, in the end, it was good that you didn't get those extra days, because, like I said,
I just ended up in the hospital in New York too.
Right? Yeah, it's like, because because leaving the airport, I started feeling odd. And then the next day was when, you know, I had the full-blown symptoms, you know, of the cold. And then not only that, but it's been raining since you left.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, we're talking about like flash flood warning, you know, we just got a flash flood warning today. And I just saw a video of a bus, I guess like in the Bronx, where the water was so high that it entered the bus and everybody was like it was already like kind of like ankle deep on the bus. And if, you know, and buses are high, you know, so just to show you how high the, you know, that flash flooding. And, you know, so it's like, it's been like that for like the past, I think there was only one day it didn't rain, you know, and it's like, yeah, so it's just been kind of not exactly miserable, because I like it when it rains, because then I don't feel this pressure to go outside. But after 5 days, like, you know, okay, all right, it's enough. It's enough. You know, can we just kind of get back to kind of normalish weather? You know, yeah, I know they are, you know, but
you know what? Here's a funny thought though that was brought to my attention.
What?
They were, because the abscess had already been an issue before I came in, and I was on antibiotics, and I was told that it had cleared up and I would be okay to wait on the extraction until I returned. They, like, had I been home, if I would have gone to a local emergency room, they may not have taken me as seriously, because I had no symptoms, real symptoms of infection. The only thing was my blood pressure was sky high, which they would have probably chalked that up to my history of anxiety, and told me to sleep it off. So I'm really lucky that Heather told me to go. She's like, okay, you know what? I'm taking you to the hospital. I mean, the whole time I was with her, I was sick. The whole fucking time. From the moment I got off the plane until the day after I got to your house, I felt like complete shit.
Yeah.
And so when we told the attending in the hospital, you know, we were like, you know, she was like, well, what I see you're from Louisiana, you know, how often do you travel and blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't. This is my first real trip in 14 years and everything. There was this sudden change in her demeanor, like, okay, something's not right here. We really got to check this shit out. And when they did that fucking CT scan, she was like, wow, thank goodness you came in. So I mean, hey, like, you know, and had I not come in, I might have been coming home in cargo. So
you know, it's like, yeah, so probably, you know what, everything had to happen the way it happened.
It really did. As sucky as it was, and there is a makeup trip coming, especially for Heather, because I plan on meeting you in the beach.
Yeah, because I told, well, you know, hey, because I told Nita that we at least have to get her to Miami once. So this is probably the first time. So yeah, so Ma, if you're watching, Nita's coming to Miami. We just don't know when. Maybe January. I don't know.
That sounds good.
Oh boy. So yeah. So also in yes. Oh yes, definitely.
That's
definitely
something we can talk about too.
You know, yes, we are all definitely glad that Nita is okay. Yes, and she is completely out of Facebook jail.
For the first time in years, not one violation on anything. I have a completely clean record, so I'm going to be a little more. I'm going to be a little more discreet in my posting. I'm not changing my personality, because fuck Facebook on that note. But if Mama can get paid for talking shit, I'm going to get paid for talking shit.
Right. Yeah.
So I am setting up for monetization as we speak, and I think I have 30 days that I have to remain off a violation. So we'll see how that goes.
Right. Yeah. So also, like I said, also this week, I finally launched my infamous campaign, Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut, almost a year in the making. I thought it was very funny. I didn't realize that that's what happened last year around October 11th. Yeah, exactly. She was at the Joliet, and
it's been incredible. Say it, Daphne. It feels
oh
good.
My goodness!
Everybody loves everybody loves werewolf dick.
Yeah, I know. Oh boy, especially the USA Today bestseller list. So for those of you joining us for the first time, last year around October 11th, I think it was, I made a joke on Facebook, goofing on the Kickstarter algorithm. There was a conversation about how comics with stupid titles tend to get traction, and I made the joke. It's like, no Kickstarter algorithm. I am not changing EGORAVEN's name to Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut. And somehow this ignited the imagination of my feed. And we just started
terrible behavior.
Yes, absolutely. The feed, yes, the cheeky monkeys on my feed absolutely encouraged this horrible behavior. And here we are. So on September 25th, we launched, after a year of actually seriously working on it, we launched Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut. It's actually a campaign with 3 books on it. So it's 3. I kind of doubt that. I highly doubt that. It's just funny. On EGORAVEN issue 7, right? It's the first EGORAVEN book in a while that I haven't gotten a Kickstarter project we love. And I was kind of a little salty about that because I had wanted to keep the pace going, but whatever, right?
Let me tell you a secret. That project we love doesn't mean anything.
Well, it's more of an ego thing. So
it's makeup, Daphne. It's makeup.
I know.
You're beautiful without makeup.
Well, for this campaign though, I'm like, wait, no, you know what, Kickstarter, don't look at this campaign.
Yeah, don't look too closely. Keep your eye over here.
Yeah, don't look at this campaign. We're good.
Yeah. By the way, if you go look at that campaign, make sure you get that extra adult supplement. You'll thank me later.
Right. Yeah. So like I said, it's 3 books on one campaign. So the first one, if you're just interested,
it is a rabbit hole, Michael.
Oh, yeah, it's a rabbit hole. It definitely.
There's whole universes about it.
Oh boy.
Allow us to educate you.
Oh my goodness. So what was I saying? Oh yes, it's 3 books. It's 3 books on this campaign. So the first one, if you're not interested in alternate universe type of books,
she even hit them while I was there.
Ha. So I have to bring the pillow out for next time. So if alternative universe stuff is not really your thing, you just want to stick with the main EGORAVEN canon, I do have the shorts collection, Tales from the Outer Kingdoms, which is directly related to the previous issue. It's short stories.
It's canon.
Yeah, it's all canon stories. It's just, and it's also general audiences. Right. So if you're not into, blatant, straight to the point, sexy times, this is the book for you. You can pick that up and not have to worry about, it's like, oh, do I have to? It's like, you don't have to read anything. You don't have to read the other stuff. Right. And then I have the 2 alternate universe books, which is based on the doodles that I was doing, kind of goofing on this whole thing before it blew up into its own books. So the main Unicorn King's Daughter is a one-shot. It is a Conan the Barbarian parody because it's literally based on the story, the frost giants daughter.
Right.
From the Savage Sword of Conan. So it's very loosely stolen / based on that story, except with my own twist to it. And it also, I guess this would be like the kind of like the official introduction to of Werewolf Loki into my universe here, at least until the novel comes out.
Everybody else can finally welcome him into their home.
That's true. Yes, everybody can finally welcome a wolf son Loki into, yes.
Which, by the way, I have the first Loki.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Nita has the very first Loki sketch cover that I ever did for anybody. Like she has the first drawing I ever did for anybody of Loki. So so it's like I said, it's a one shot. So it's mature audiences, sexy times all abounds, and don't add.
Next time.
I already have, So, and then and then there's the supplement, the adults only supplement, which is kind of like an alternate to the alternate. It's kind of the same story, but with a different ending. And but this one is the adults only. When I say it's an adults only supplement,
it is
adults only. Let's just put it this way. I am not teasing you with variant covers.
No.
I am not teasing you at all. It's like, it's like, you want the full Monty, we got the full Monty on this. I do not believe in teasing people at all. So we have those two books that you can pick up on the campaign for all you cheeky monkeys who've been waiting around that year for that. So yes, the headcanon already is that it exists as a sleazy romance book. Yes, probably. Oh my goodness. And here I was thinking that, it's like, look, it's like I told Nita, it's like, you know what, if this campaign blows up, I don't know if I have a second book in me. I really don't.
Yes, you do.
And it's like, yeah, I do. Actually, now I do. And it's like, I'm just percolating this second story just in case, because this is the thing. So when I put together, and also, just for everybody also knows that this campaign also has a sister campaign. So just like on Monday, we had Krista Crawford in, who had her book, who's also launched her campaign for Sky of Thorns. And that is also, so if you love Unicorn Girls,
that beautiful bitch is killing it too.
It's like, already at $15,000 on her campaign. It is a 3-novel set. This is the first volume of that. Thank you, Nicholas. We have, it's the first novel. So if you support both of our campaigns, you get a bonus collaboration print by supporting both of our campaigns. But if just for some reason just want to support her campaign, you still get my artwork too. Because I do have a stretch goal print that is long unlocked. I mean, it blinked. We blinked, and everything got unlocked on that campaign. So if you support her campaign, support my campaign, technically you get 2 bonus prints from me. You get a portrait of her character, Sybil, added to your pledge on her campaign. And then, like I said, if you support both our campaigns, you get the bonus collaboration print for that. So sitting here watching her campaign hit like $15,000, it's like, oh my goodness. But here's the thing, my campaign isn't doing too shabby either.
Oh no, ma'am.
To put it in perspective, so right now we are just a couple of $100 shy of unlocking the $5,000 stretch goal, which is a art print that gets added to everybody's order. Plus, if you are a digital pledge, you get a digital version of that of that print as well. We already unlocked the double-sided bookmark, which I'm very happy that we did. I mean, but it happened actually a lot quicker than I expected. Honestly, so let me put this in perspective. So my last campaign took 12 days to make the same money that it took this campaign 7 hours to do.
Wow.
So,
nice.
Okay. All right. Something a little different. We're having a little different reaction here. The fact that we're so close to 5K already, I would like to hit 5K before the weekend. It's like I of course, it's like I would love to unlock all of the stretch goals on the campaign. I have like 2 really, really cool stickers that I really want to produce on the campaign. So the links are in the show notes. But here's the very interesting thing. Right, but here's a couple of interesting things that I've learned this so far in these 5 days of running this campaign. The title is funny as fuck, but it's incredibly difficult to advertise on social media.
Yeah, there's been some issues.
Krista Crawford actually told me that when she tried to post on Twitter that she supported the campaign, and all it is just the title, her post got flagged for pornography.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. I got banned from several groups over that, and also the Magi's Grace campaign using Sex and Monsters. The 2 campaigns got me kicked out of some groups, which is fine because I don't have any problem getting in groups. But one trick I learned is with Unicorn Viking Slut, like you do the shrimp emoji for the U, that helps, but also to use a non-direct link to Kickstarter or something like the bit.ly I've used. If you share the campaign, be sure to use the medieval unicorn link, not the one that has slut in the link.
Right.
Because it flags as porn.
Right. Because that's I did not because I use a bit.ly link as well, so it doesn't show up. But that was a little awkward. Finding out very quickly that's like, oh, we're all getting flagged for pornography. Even though it's just the word. I mean, even YouTube.
But yet we have people posting nude art regularly in our streams. I won't be doing it any longer because I am trying to monetize and don't want my feed buried. However, it's like Facebook's like, we can kind of show you sex, but we can't call it sex.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like, because we've seen some crazy ass, really suggestive images posted with no problem. But the second you have the word slut somewhere, slut, bitch,
bitch, cunt, like,
well, words like that, it becomes a problem. So that was like my number one thing. It's like, so everything. So like I said, I've been censoring. So if you wanted to post about medieval unicorn Viking slut, make sure you censor the words. It's like a little asterisk is fine. I find it funny to use the shrimp emoji because this was back in the day where everyone used the shrimp emoji to circumvent bots because it's prawn. It's a prawn. So instead of saying porn, you're saying prawn. Right. So that's funny. So that was kind of like,
so much nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly. So that was an interesting issue. I'll catch you later, Nicholas. Bye. So that was an interesting issue that I came across almost immediately after launching the campaign. I noticed it before when I was doing the pre-launch advertising, but I don't know, it became very, very prevalent after the Kickstarter launch.
Right.
So,
well, I was mostly sharing to my own wall, so it wasn't flagging me for my own. It was when others were rejecting my post in groups, and I'm like, the images aren't bad. What is the fucking deal? And I was being flagged before I could even go to
Right. Yeah.
admins because
Yeah.
keywords.
Yeah. And like I said, YouTube was doing the same thing to me as well. So I had to make sure that that was taken care of. Also, the other thing that I learned, yeah, I remember talking about BackerKit before, like trying to figure out BackerKit or whatnot. And what I really liked about BackerKit is how it allowed me to actually streamline my MailChimp mailing list. So what was really cool about that is that thanks to BackerKit, I'm able to, not only am I able to to send updates to everybody who've backed all of my campaigns, but also it'll send updates to people who haven't backed. So it's like, so you're not bothering the people who backed already, which I really liked.
You're not spamming people.
Right. And then what I did was I took that information and brought it into MailChimp, and everybody who I got the email from Kickstarter, I tagged them in MailChimp. So I was able to separate them out from the people who signed up like through my website or something, or at a convention. And there's this group of 300 people who, according to the algorithm on MailChimp, they don't do anything. They just, it's like they rarely open. It's very low engagement. And it's 300 people. And it's like, well, what the fuck are you doing on my mailing list if you're not opening up anything? So what I've been doing on MailChimp is that, since that these people are considered like, well, they're low engagement or whatnot, I can now hammer these people like kind of without guilt, because how it's like you have a mailing list and it's like you kind of like, you don't want, it's like, oh, I don't want to spam people and this, that thing. I don't want to send out too many updates and this, that, and because, oh, what if I annoy them and they unsubscribe? Right. These 300 people, it's like I'm literally just pounding them with updates going. It's like, okay, either fucking open my emails or get off or unsubscribe, get off my mailing list, because I mean, it's like really, because they're not, it's kind of like I'm trying to like, the fact that I'm able to kind of like figure out what to do with this dead weight, I guess, on my mailing list. It's like, so I don't know. It's kind of,
you got to remember, some of that dead weight is not going to be dead weight. Sometimes people are going to look at your headlines. So don't write anybody off. Just, you don't need to focus on them. Just get them that one email, because there's a lot of people that look at that link and they just go straight to Kickstarter.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping, because also MailChimp also allows me to do is it allows me to set it up so that, okay, if you didn't open up the last email that I sent, I'm sending you another email. But if you opened up my last email, I'm not bothering you. So it's like, so my email skips you if you opened so all they have to do is open up the email, and then they, and then it's like, my harassment campaign won't bother them. So I don't know. It was just kind of nice to be able to kind of have my mailing list in a way where it's like, oh, I feel like I know what I'm doing with them now. So, and I really do think that had a lot to do, with the campaign doing how it's doing. So for everybody who thinks that, oh, what do you need a mailing list for? If you have a Facebook or this, that's like, oh, you don't need a mailing list. You don't need a website. It's like, yeah, you do. You do, actually, because it's like the difference that I've seen, like really focusing on this mailing list. I really do think it has something to do with the campaign, opening the way it did. I mean, granted, it's like, although what's funny is that, I was telling Jose, it's like, you know what? I'm doing so much different things on this campaign. I couldn't tell you one thing. Like, honestly, anybody who says, oh, it's because you're offering porn, it's like, you know what? It's like, look, I'm not going to say you're
porn
wrong
before.
Yeah. It's like, look, I'm not going to say you're wrong, but you know what? This is not the only thing that's going on.
Nope.
I mean, and then it's like,
And the reality is the majority of backers aren't backing just Born. So,
right. They're actually the majority of the backers, from what I can see, they're buying all 3 books.
Right.
They're buying the 3-book set. So, the porn helps, it's the gimmick, but they're buying all 3 books, and honestly, and it's like, and even though it's the supplement that's really, the porn is the full focus. I mean, I'd like to think that the other 2 books are entertaining on its own, without, especially once everybody sees it. Let's just say until let's just say until you guys see the punchline, of the books. It's like, look, I think that they're really fun books, regardless of the pornography. It's like, it's very easy to say cynically, it's like, oh, it's just a cash grab or something. And I go, you know what? My shit takes way too much time to waste time on a cash grab that I don't give a shit about.
Right.
So, so it's like, a lot of, love and dedication and hella good time was put into these books. So it's like the porn is just the extra. The porn is just the extra.
It's the bonus features.
It really is, both literally and figuratively. It's the bonus feature. So the other thing that I was also doing differently is I was like, especially this week, once everything launched and I was watching what Krista was, I've been watching what Krista was doing and a whole bunch of all of these romance fantasy authors on Kickstarter. What they were doing, but like once like Krista really, really got in the groove of it, I was like going, okay, let me do this, let me do that, let me do the other thing. So like changing up the graphics that I use, because the one thing that Krista was doing that I thought was interesting, that it didn't occur to me, was realizing how many people really just look at the graphics.
Right.
Like how many people really, like read when you do a post, how many people really read that? Like, and how much information she puts in the graphics without it looking
clusterfucked.
Like an ad. Right. I mean, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like a weird fine line that it's like, it's like you have all this information in the graphic, but it doesn't look like an ad.
And
which is
font
kind of
becomes everything. Font and spacing is it's an art. It's an art. Building a fucking campaign
so
is art in itself.
So there's a certain thing. I know that in the beginning I was goofing on these things, like the little trope, like the book that usually the novel is in the center and then they list all the tropes that are in the book.
I still make fun of that shit.
Well, it's kind of weird for me. It's
works,
kind of weird because I don't look at what I'm doing as a list of tropes. I'm just writing a story. But what I did, how I adapted that was that I took my advertising copy and I broke that up, and then I used those in my graphics, and I showed Krista. It's like, is this right? Am I doing this right? She goes, oh, it's perfect. And it's like, okay, we're gonna keep going then. So what I did was I made a graphic. If you go to my Facebook feed, it's there. I made a graphic where it's the book and then like pretty much all the advertising points. I'm not calling them tropes, just kind of like advertising points of that book, so that by looking at the graphic, you kind of know what the book is about without, without like having to read a whole block of text. With a summary. It's just like kind of like if you had to summarize your book in 5 words or something like that, and then it's like, so I've been, and also what I was doing is that, because before I would do like I would do like different aspect ratios for Facebook and then one for YouTube, and then like wherever I was posting. Now it's like I'm deciding that it's like, you know what, if I keep everything in a square, like Instagram style, that for some reason it seems to, I don't know, it just seems to like work better. I don't know if it works. I don't even know if it works better. It's just that now there's like, it just seems a lot easier to work with a square as opposed to changing aspect ratios depending on where you're posting to. So, because with YouTube and Instagram, they both use the same square, while on Facebook they kind of use, kind of a widescreen type of thing. I think it's like 9:16. Right. And again, and it's like, and today I just posted, if you go to my Facebook page, I posted up new graphics where it's each of the books, but I explain, actually, let me see if I could just show this really quick, because like I'm talking about, it's like, maybe people just need to see what I'm doing. So let me just open up my Facebook, because I'm kind of wondering, because here we are, doing, it's like, look, I've done 47 campaigns. Okay. 47 fucking campaigns. No wonder I'm so tired, and there comes a point where it's like, what? I keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, especially graphic wise. And it's like, what if I were to really mix it up on this one? So let me just share my screen here. Okay. So here's my Facebook page. Right. And so these are the new graphics that I put up today. So as you can see, it's a graphic. So this is Tales from the Outer Kingdoms. It has samples of each of the 4 stories. And then at the bottom, I literally just spell it out. 4 short stories, self-contained, canon to the EGORAVEN HEIR, the First Unicorn storyline, and general audiences. So people can just look at this graphic and kind of like get a sense of what the book is without having to like dig through information for it. And it's the same thing that I did. So this is for the Unicorn King's Daughter. I posted up the first 4 pages. And again, 1 complete story, self-contained, 1 shot, alternate universe, mature audiences. So again, you're just looking at the graphic and getting that immediate sense as to what the book is about. And then, of course, I did that also to Medieval Unicorn Viking Slut. This was the only page I was able to show, so we just left it at that.
Did you put those in my folder?
I literally just made them today, so yes, I can put them in your folder. Well, yeah. So this is supplement to the EGORAVEN, the Unicorn King's Daughter, self-contained 1-shot, alternate universe, and adults only. So right there, right off the bat, you're seeing, what the
Hey, hot mama.
Who's right? Oh, hey, Vess. Hey, Vess. So, yeah. And also when I was talking about the trope chart, so this is what I did for this book as well. Just adding, the little points, and just kind of like, okay, this is what the book is about, and this is the graphic, So like I said, this was something that I was seeing all of these romance books use. And all it is just get to kind of like straight to the point.
It does, but it also annoys me because I feel like it forces you to put your book into a box.
Well, like technically it is. But that was kind of the issue that I was fighting with. But at the same time, hey there. But the thing is, though, because part of collaborating with Krista is exposing my work to these people who are not familiar with comics, not familiar with the style of promotion. With the style, right, exactly.
Right. I get it. I get it.
And because also she was very kind enough to allow me to post in her private group, these updates. And and most of the people in that group I don't know. So it's kind of like when in Rome, do as the Romans do, right? So it's like, okay,
yes,
these are the formats. Yeah, these are the formats that that these people are used to seeing. So, okay, let me try to speak their language, while at the same time, it's a comic book. It's not a novel, it's a comic book. But if you see that these are kind of like the same things, maybe it's like, look, and you know what? And it's like, look, way too many of these romance authors love chibis too much. I mean, because honestly, we can do chibis. Actually, I have to do chibis because I'm like, wait, why don't I have chibis? I need chibis. So I'm going to be doing some chibis for the campaign. So I'll be adding that in. So so it's like I've been kind of like changing up how I do how I'm doing the graphics that I do for Kickstarter. I mean, well, for social media. So of course here is and here's like her advertising for Sky of Thorns. Oh, by the way, this is the this is the art print that yes, thank you very much. So Tom. Yes. Yeah, you see, even Tom does chibis.
Look, the God has spoken.
Yes. So we need chibis. Yes. So yes, Tom, I am definitely going to be doing chibis. This is the art print that's going to get unlocked at 5,000, which we are under $200 away from unlocking. So so it's just so it's just like like all these different things that I'm trying, that it's like and then also another thing that I was doing, that I'm making it a point to post more to YouTube, but not videos, but the community tab. So I know that, I mean, so if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on my channel and you want to learn more about this project, not only is there a trailer that you can watch in the playlist, but if you go to the community tab, I have updates for the campaign as well, if you want to keep an eye on it through the community tab, as opposed to anywhere else, I guess, if you're on YouTube more often. So that's also kind of something new that I'm doing. I'm trying to post more to Threads, trying to get that into a habit. But definitely YouTube, because I figured it's like, look, because I don't know how the community tab works. I don't know if I post there, if it gets sent out to my subscribers or not,
obviously,
or it just shows up
because I do get engagement, and I need to remember that it's there.
Yeah,
like I get so focused on everything else, and kind of lost my focus for a minute, but I got to get back on that.
Right. So it's like, so that's also something different that I'm trying. So I couldn't tell you, what one thing is giving this campaign more trajectory, or it's like more, it's like more traction. That's the word, more traction than my previous campaigns. Because it's maybe it's the porn, maybe it's yes, I don't have anything with Loki on it, so it's like I needed to wear something with Loki. I do not have a Unicorn Viking slut t-shirt. Probably I shouldn't, but
yet with the shrimp emoji on the shirt,
with the shrimp, maybe have a chibi carrying a shrimp.
I'd wear it for you.
So I've just been trying like different things. Now, two things that I have in the wings that I'm still on the fence about, Facebook ads. So now, knowing what I know about the title, now I do have Facebook ads ready to go. I just am not convinced yet about pulling the trigger. Let's see. Don't you think it's just doing it consistently and building the audience through sales and people's like the books? I mean, sure, that could be it too. Because I was telling Jose,
I think it's a combination of things. Why limit yourself?
Because I was telling Jose, technically, I've been building up this book for a year. So that could be a part of it too. So when I did the Facebook ads, knowing what I know about the title, it doesn't appear, the title does not appear anywhere in the title. So even when I put in the link, it just says Kickstarter. It doesn't say anything else. So I don't think that should be a problem with, unless they have a problem. Yeah, definitely. I really do think, and especially now I'm feeling it more and more, because so once I pull the trigger, but like I said, right now I'm not convinced. Maybe if I hit 5,000 before the weekend, maybe I'll do it, because now at this point it'll cost me just under $200 to run ads for the rest of the campaign. So the fact your book has adults, so don't do Facebook ads. Oh, really? Oh, thanks for the heads up, bro. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, so maybe we'll scratch Facebook ads off right now. Thank you so much for the warning shot.
Look at Tyler Carpenter being the Lord and Savior of your.
Yeah, I know, really. Because the funny thing is that because Jose had told me that he didn't think it was a good idea because of the fact that it was adult stuff.
Right.
But because I thought that, well, maybe if it's not on the ads, yeah. Maybe if it's not on the ads. But okay, that's good to know. All right.
Yeah,
so okay,
yeah.
so you know what? We'll do this on the next campaign. So on the next EGORAVEN or Tall Tales campaign, we'll worry about Facebook ads then. So thank you so much. I'll make sure to clean up my Facebook thing, the meta, so that so if I don't forget and accidentally run them. So I'm going to do that after the show is done. So also the other thing that I was considering doing was the backer kit. What is it? That pre-sale shop?
The pre-sales,
the pre-orders
between the Kickstarter and fulfillment.
Yeah, because it's like because backer kit recommended that it's like, oh, work on the store while you're doing yeah, exactly. Oh, you saved me. Yeah, really, you saved. It's like, look, I'm learning way too much shit the hard way this week. So that's the problem with having a really good title. That's the problem.
It's too sexy.
Yeah, it's too sexy for social media. Yeah, so the pre-launch store. So I was thinking of doing that, but again, because that's like $200 to activate. So it depends on how the campaign finishes. Because I told Nita when the campaign launches, it's either going to blow up or it's going to be painfully average for me. So if it's painfully average, and that's why I don't want to get too excited at the beginning of the campaign, because it could plateau to average. You know, so
okay, so like even if it plateaued to average today, all right, you still are gonna have your 24-hour spike,
right?
So like, I would go as far as to say you've already exceeded average,
right? I don't know.
Especially considering that it's new content. Girl,
I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm trying. You know what it is? I'm trying. Yeah, I don't want to like build myself.
The glass is half full, Daphne.
Yeah, the
half
glass
full.
is. Yeah, I know. I know. You know, but so yeah, so I'm thinking about the pre-launch store, but I don't know yet. It depends on how I'm feeling. You know, I guess it's like as we get nearer to the end of the campaign, I'm not sure about that. And then it's like there was one thing. There was one more thing. What was the one more thing I was thinking of doing? There was one more thing and I completely forgot. You know what it is? The whole like the Tyler's shot across the bow. No, you'll get your account suspended. It's like, oh
no, thank goodness.
I got distracted. I got distracted. Okay, so at least you know. Okay, so we're definitely striking that one off the list. Yeah, we're definitely straight. Yeah, but there was like one more thing that I don't know. Yeah, you know what? I'll remember it after the show. That's what happened. But but yeah, it's just that I've just been doing like so much on this campaign that it's like, yeah, I don't want to be too excited. I don't want to, I just want to try to be like very rational and analytical just to keep my sanity. Like, to tell you the truth, I haven't looked at the back end of my Kickstarter since the Kickstarter started. Because Krista DM'd me this morning, because now it's like she's beginning to see the roller coaster of people adjusting their pledges. And, it's mad annoying. And it's like, you know what? I don't even want to see that. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I haven't looked at the back end. It's like, look, it's bad enough that I have to look. It's bad enough that I have to look at the front end with the number, and I'm like, wait, did it go up? Did it go up? Did it go up? It's like, again, it's like that whole what's the button that you press on the keyboard, F12 to refresh? What is that? It's like, it doesn't. I don't want to drive myself crazy. It's like, but you know what? It's like, look, I just want to thank everybody who supported the campaign so far. I forgot to set up my pages, but I want to thank everybody who supported the campaign so far. Thank you so much for the enthusiasm that you are showing for it. I was a little concerned that it being kind of like, yeah, yeah, exactly. It's true. I'm really glad. I was a little worried that people would think that this kind of odd departure from absolutely, Tom, all the cat-eared, all the wolf-eared, all the eared people. I was a little afraid that this departure from the main storyline might turn off a lot of people, but it turns out no, you're all cheeky monkeys just like I am. So so I'm really glad that we're all gonna have a fun time with this book. Also, I want to thank everybody who has also supported Sky of Thorns, Krista Crawford's book. It's like, that novels is something that I'm also getting into as well. I do have a novel that's complete. It just needs to go through the entire process of editing or whatnot. And this is how I want to also continue telling more EGORAVEN stories, is through novels. So I just want to thank Krista Crawford for allowing me to coattail on her campaign, and to meet all of the lovely prose people on her end. And also, like, because of the fact that I was studying her campaign, I was studying all these other novel campaigns, and just being exposed to all the weird goodness that the USA Today bestseller list obviously loves.
Woo.
So yeah, so like I said, we might actually have a second issue if this thing blows up. So yeah, so I just want to thank everybody for your support on that. Also, I just want to congratulate Jose and C. Michael for ending their campaign on kind of a high note. Their Magi's Grace, Sex and Monsters. Thank you so much for everybody who supported that campaign.
Absolutely.
And so there's definitely going to be the next issues. They're already talking about doing the next starting the second issue on that. So that's going to be coming up soon. They are going to be working on the next 4 issues. Oh, the next 3 issues for this. We are setting up Jose. Oh, we got another flash flood warning. We are setting up the files for Magi's Grace, so that should be going out soon. For everybody, yes, thank you. For everybody who is still waiting. Oh, very nice.
No, it's not. No, you can't have her. She's mine. Sorry, bro.
We'll put a pin in it.
Slut.
That seems to be the
Jesus Christ, that's all it takes. One dog walks in the room and you're gone. For fuck's sake. I haven't got her to the beach
It's okay.
yet, Tom.
I know, that's true. We have to go to Miami first. So what else? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, for everybody who backed the EGORAVEN issue 7 campaign. Unfortunately, there's been a delay with the printer. It seems that my book and a whole bunch of other books got pushed to the side because a larger order came in that they had to accommodate at the printers. So I am hoping that they are working on my books this week, because he did tell me that they were supposed to ship in October, the first week of October. So, it's like, look, at least I never had a rule that I wasn't going to run a campaign without a previous campaign being fulfilled. But, it's like, look, the second I get those books, I'm going to be shipping everything out. It's like, look, I literally have everything else ready to go for the issue 7 pack out. I am just waiting for the main books. So the second those books come in, everybody is going to be getting their books within days. So that is my intention. It's just that, of course, I have to accommodate what happens at the printer. So I have no control over that, but I can at least tell everybody what's going on. So so that's pretty much it for me. This kind of like this 5-day into this experimental campaign. Again, thank you so much for Tyler for the warning shot. I will definitely be erasing those ads so that I don't forget why I'm not running them. So in the end, Jose was right, but for a different reason. This is not the campaign to run Facebook ads on. So, okay. So at least that's crossed off the list. One thing I don't have to worry about. But also, I just want to give Tyler one more shout out, because it was because of his My Sexy Witch Academia book, where I got the idea / stole the idea, but I told him I was stealing it. I stole the idea for the adults only supplement. So I just want to thank you for that idea, because honestly, I really do think that's the crowning jewel of my campaign.
Bonus
feature. So it's like, thank you so much for that idea. So Nita, do you have any final thoughts?
Yes, I do. I have a bump I want to play real quick,
and
something I want to talk about for just a second, and then we can get the fuck out of here.
Okay, no problem.
Art style kamikaze. What is it? We don't know. Why is it? Only God knows. When is it? Saturdays? From the creators of Dispatches from Outside the Box, right here on the Indie Comics Network, comes Art Style Kamikaze. It's dangerous, I think.
Wow. I like that you
it's so stupid. It's dangerous, I think. So anyway, the one scheduled show we have, it will be premiering next Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be hosted by Michael Lanning. And also he will be sometimes co-hosted. We will be introducing Jaden to streaming online. It's not going to be your typical draw stream. It is going to be an art focused show. So he's basically going to be freestyling whatever the fuck comes to his mind during the week. And so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm a little nervous because I'm exposing my baby to you cheeky monkeys.
Yeah, exactly.
So
but hey, you know what? It's like, look, her covers on EGORAVEN are fan favorites for a reason. So
you should see what she's putting together for Multari right now.
Yeah. Oh, I want to see that. I really want to see that. So yeah. Oh, but also she also has a cover. We're also actually, me and her are kind of collaborating on a cover too. So that I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes out as well. So exciting stuff.
Just all kinds of stuff flooding in. Also, we'll be having a novel focused show coming soon. This doesn't mean we're opening our platforms to all forms of written media. However, I want to clarify, because I made a post saying, if you're I want it to be genre specific. I
Mhm.
want it to stick to fantasy. And by fantasy, I don't mean, oh, I'm dreaming of the boy that's gonna fall in love with me and yada
Right.
yada. No, when I mean fantastical things that cannot
Right.
happen in real life or
Right.
are not happening in real life right now. Your sci-fi, your cyberpunk,
Right.
deep fantasy. Like
Right.
I
Yeah.
want real fantasy, werewolves and fucking vampires and
Right.
all the shapeshifters and
Yes, exactly.
even.
Right.
Uh,
Yes.
and also, like, I apologize to the people who have approached me, but if you have not figured this out by now, I'm going to say this as bluntly as possible. Indie Comics Network is not and never will be a channel, or we will never be promoting children, like
Right.
children's books. One, I don't want to get wrapped up in that bullshit where I'm getting
Yeah.
flagged by YouTube for trying to draw the
Oh,
attention of
that's
kids.
true. Yeah.
And for two, it's not my thing.
Yeah.
I spend enough time dealing with my kids, who I love very much, and I love reading different things to them or whatnot. I'm not interested in entertaining the world's children. I'm interested in adult
Right.
entertainment.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, I feel the same way. I none of my I don't consider any of the content that I create for children.
Right.
I'm not interested in, the interests of children. It's like, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Right.
I think that it's just a lot easier for us to be adults dealing with adult stuff,
Right.
not necessarily like erotica and shit. It's like we're not just talking
but
about
I don't
porn,
want.
I don't want. It's like I don't. It's like, what? It's like I don't want. This is not. This
we
is
don't
not
have
a kid's.
we don't have a pre-K section here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we just don't
young
have.
adult and up.
It's not the audience that we're building.
Right.
Or we're interested at all.
Feel free to use our group to promote your
Yes.
projects, and I'll even be willing to share, but it will never be something that I am willing to focus on.
Because it's just this is just something that. Yeah, I mean, it sounds a little blunt.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah, I hate. Yeah, it's like it sounds messed up that we have to be so blunt, but the thing is that we did get people thinking that,
it's like, oh, I've got these kids' books, and I'm like,
books. It's like, no, we're not.
I have one exception to that rule, and that's only because he's a personal friend, and that's Rob Multari. Anything that dude puts out, I'm going to share.
Exactly.
And there are some all ages stuff that I share, like Matt and Steph did Mystic Clubhouse and stuff like that. That's fine, but anything that is specifically designed for children is not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and also it's just going to be difficult for us to promote it, because in the end, it's like that's not
what our fans are here. That we don't have the audience for that.
Right. Yeah.
However, there is. I will add links to Child's Play Comics. You guys should reach out to them. That's their thing.
There you go. So at least there's some place that we can send people.
Right.
We can send them to.
But it's just uncomfortable. Hey, look at this awesome titty campaign. Hey, kids.
Yeah, no, yeah, we
no, I can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So here we are at the end of another show. Another dreary Friday on my end, but at least we're both awake and alive, and that's what counts. Any day above ground is a good day. That's it for us. So I want to like I said, I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. I want to thank my eyeball people who finally all woke up and hung out with us for the hour. Thank you so much for listening to us babble for whatever it is that we talk about. You know how it is. You know how it is. So if you want to learn more about me and my artwork and all my campaigns, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com. That's EGOWORKS. You can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites, but I mostly post to Facebook. If you are interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates, any live updates, that I may have at that moment. You know, it's like I posted on Facebook first. And remember that you can check out all my videos on how I do my artwork here on YouTube. You can check out my playlists. I have, oh gosh, it's like I think I have like over like 500 videos. I think I lost count. There's a lot of videos, you know, and you know, on top of all the vlogs and whatnot. And I also have my semi-weekly art live stream, the draw stream, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. I am definitely going to make an effort I'm definitely going to have one on Wednesday. I missed out this last one because I was just like too out of it. I just did not have the energy to do a show. So definitely I'm going to do one starting in October, that first week of October, just to kind of get the habit back in. So yes, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Join me for 2 hours of drawing and whatever inane babble I'm also doing on that live stream. So remember, you can also read EGORAVEN, Heir the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales. That's TAILS online.com. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Have a great rest of the weekend. Stay out of the flash flood zones, as I got on my phone. You know, and in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do the work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye.